Hey Collective and Soul Tribe, happy Tuesday. Today is February the 17th. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day so far. For some of you guys that live in Canada or in the province of Ontario, maybe in a different province too, maybe some of you guys had family days, so I hope you guys are doing well. If you guys are in the States and there was a holiday maybe, and I'm just out of the loop, I hope you guys enjoyed your time off too, if there was one. If not, then please ignore this. Like, I have no idea what's happening when it comes to holidays and things like that, because I'm just in my own world, okay? I'm in my own bubble. So anyways, let's get started. Let's see what you guys might need to know for today. These are dream ritual messages that you guys could be needing to find out when it comes to decoding your dreams or your visions, or anything to do with you guys finding truth or clarity in a situation, okay? Let's not waste any time, so let's get started. The time is now 10:17 a.m. Okay, so Spirit, what messages do you have for the collective at this time? What do they need to know at this time when it comes to this energy? What clarity can you give the collective for February 17th, please? When it comes to their dreams, what clarity can you give the collective at this time who resonates with this message or needs to hear this message at this time? What messages do you have for the collective for February 17th? Oh, thank you. Okay, guys, so we have here transitions, okay? Some of you guys, now, this could mean a lot of things, okay? And if I go in depth, the video might be like almost an hour long, and I don't want to do that to you guys, okay? So I'm going to give you the bits and pieces that I feel called to tell you. When I look at this card and I think of transitions, I think of somebody going through something in their life where it almost feels like someone could be uprooting themselves. When I think of trees, I think of roots, connecting to your roots, getting closer to your roots, your ancestry. It doesn't matter where you're from. You could be Middle Eastern, you could be European, you could be West Indian. It doesn't matter where you're from. You could be Asian. It doesn't matter. Tapping into your roots and remembering who we are is significant. Remembering who we are so that we can come together as a collective to fight against whatever we're dealing with is also significant, okay? And when I say we, I mean all of us. Doesn't matter where we are on our journey. Some may learn faster than others, but we are all on the same journey together, okay? This is not about, this person is a spiritual leader and they're the all and be all. No. Just like how I don't know everything and, I learn as I go through my journey, it's the same for you guys, right? But the difference for some of you is that you could meet people outside of online and you could see certain things, but then when you come online and you find clarity, it's like you guys see some type of truth that no one will ever understand besides people who think like you or do similar things like you. For some of you guys, you don't even have to do the same thing as someone else to understand how they feel. You just get it, okay? So again, when it comes to transitions, this could be you uprooting yourself, okay, unrooting, leaving a situation behind, okay, tapping more into your roots, being comfortable about who you are, okay, when it comes to your authenticity, even when it comes to planting seeds, right, and growth. Some of you guys are planting seeds and growing at this time, okay? But trees are very significant for the collective. Take what resonates with that when it comes to that. And also when it comes to you guys hatching, right, with eggs, if you notice the egg has hatched, right? And when you think of a baby chicken, right, a baby chicken that hatches is learning how to walk and to eat and, do all these baby little chicken things, which is cute, right? For some of you guys, you are the baby chick. Okay, you're the baby chicken, okay? And because you are the baby chicken, meaning not literally, some of you guys could be older than me, okay? But I'm saying you guys are baby chickens, meaning that, whatever seeds you planted to this new opportunity, whether this is moving, a job, career, whatever the case is, friendships, whatever, there's something about you going through a transition, okay? So at first you were the baby chick, and now you're getting older to a teenager chicken, whatever they call them. When they're teenagers, okay? But just know that you will get to that point where you become the chicken or the hen, if you guys get what I'm saying, okay? So There's something to do with transitions and growth that are very significant. The moon cycle is also very significant. So for some of you guys, the full moon is very significant. This is a full moon. We're not in well, obviously it's not a new moon, but there's something about a full moon that will be upcoming that some of you guys would resonate with that. But right now we are in the new moon when it comes to Aquarius season, right? So obviously you guys could be feeling certain things when it comes to moon cycles and transits, and that could be also significant too when it comes to transition. So as each moon cycle goes on, some of you guys could be transitioning as well as each moon cycle moves forward, or as we go through seasons of change and things like that, okay? So again, even with transition, I forgot to mention this too before I get to this message. There's something about, for example, not everybody lives in a cold country. And when I say everybody, I mean like people who live in certain states, or like in the West Indies or whatever, where it's warm constantly, like California or Florida, for example, right? For some of us who live like in Canada or in North America, like New York gets cold as well. There's something about the weather that's very significant too. So if some of you guys either dealt with a snowstorm as of recently, I know we're supposed to get another one tomorrow, but there's something about storms and going through a storm, or there's something about transitions when it comes to release, right? So if you guys are going through a transition, there's something about storms coming in to wash away for the new stuff to come in, basically, okay? So forgiveness is very significant. Now, this could be within yourself or a home situation. Okay, forgiving something to do with your past as well, because again, if you guys are going through a transition, right now you guys could be going through a transition of forgiveness. That doesn't necessarily mean that you have to be around this person, talk to this person, you know, go up to them and say, I accept your apology. Sometimes people don't apologize because they know what they were doing. That's okay. For some of you guys, in order for you to release and let go and move forward, you have to forgive yourself. Okay, forgive that person from a distance and move on, but you have to forgive yourself too. Just because, you know, you didn't know better at the time doesn't mean that you weren't protected. Of course, all of us go through certain things in our lives that we did not know we were going to go through, but at the same time, guess what? It's a learning lesson. You gained something from that. Okay, so forgiveness is very significant. This could be in a home situation, or this could be within yourself. Okay, but take what resonates with that. Somebody could be wanting your forgiveness as well, but you could be releasing, like I said. Moon cycles are very significant, but you could be releasing somebody, okay, from your energy. Now, even if this is not like family, this could be a friendship. This could be even a work situation, okay? Like I always say, it depends on the situation, right? So for some of you, this could be about the gibbous moon cycle. So the gibbous moon cycle is this way, and I think the crescent goes this way. So there is something about the gibbous moon cycle that you guys could have released way before we stepped into this new moon in Aquarius, okay? So take what resonates with that. Yeah, there's something about patience, okay? Some of you guys could be pondering, okay? So when it comes to dreams, fishes are very significant. We are getting closer to Pisces season, but there is something about fish that are very significant. Birthing new ideas, birthing a vision, giving birth to something new is also significant as well, especially with the tree here. There's a symbolism when it comes to trees. There's something to do with growth, wisdom, abundance, okay? The color green is also significant. Birds for communication, okay? There's something about you guys receiving communication about you creating something new, okay? Now, for some of you guys that are in that creation space, now we're seeing the new moon showing up in this energy. It is safe for you guys to create new things moving forward, okay? We have released what we needed to release. Pisces season is the last season of the astrological year. There's something about you guys releasing fear and confronting fear and stepping into those fears when it comes to your creativity and what you guys are creating. You guys are going within the flow, okay? So like I said, right now we are in the gibbous moon cycle, okay? Sorry, the crescent moon cycle, okay? For some of you, I think I said the gibbous moon cycle. No, crescent. I think it's a waxing crescent, but I'm gonna double check it just to be sure, okay? Because I think this weekend it's going to turn into the waxing crescent after we move from the new moon, which is on the 19th. Yeah, so Pisces and Aries is on the 19th, okay? Then it goes fully into Aries when in the crescent moon, and then Saturday it goes into Aries and Taurus, okay? So again, when it comes to like the moon cycle, some of you guys could be connected to the moon, okay? Or just the energy of the moon, okay? But there is something about you guys creating something new and stepping into flow when it comes to like your creativity and how you express yourself, okay? Yeah, there's something that you guys could have revisited from the past, and you guys could be reframing something. So even when it comes to revisiting the past, and kind of when you revisited something, you had to sit down within yourself, and it feels like the person that sat down within themselves when it comes to like a home situation, there's something about a transformation that's very significant. So if you guys were in a home situation that no longer resonates with you, or no longer sits in your energy, there's something about dealing with people, places, and things when it comes to matters of the home, and even when it comes to stepping into your roots. So if you found out something about your gifts, okay, when it comes to tapping into your roots, that is also significant. I'm sorry if you guys could hear whatever you guys heard in the background. I have no control, like I said, of what people do. So I do apologize if you guys did hear that, because I think somebody was sneezing. But yeah, I apologize if you guys heard that. That wasn't me if you guys heard that. And the reason why I say that, because I don't know what you guys can hear or what's being picked up in the background. So I do apologize if you guys hear certain things. But yeah, there's something about you guys revisiting, right? Now this thing that you revisited was a home or a home situation, or there's something about the past, right? And with the gibbous moon cycle, there's something that you guys released and you guys reframed something. So again, when it comes to like your thoughts, visions, what you're creating, especially with fish and us getting closer to Pisces season, this is about coming home to yourself and also transitioning into something new when it comes to the new moon. Okay, releasing and letting go, allowing us to be in Pisces season to release whatever last increments that don't serve us. Okay, and moving into that energy. And Illuminate wanted to show up when it comes to your energy. Some of you guys are shining, or you guys are illuminating your energy at this time, especially with the crescent moon cycle. Okay, so lotus flowers could be very significant, and also when it comes to like ponds. Okay, like I feel like somebody likes to go to a pond, right? And like lily pads, these here could be very significant. So somebody may like to go to ponds and just relax, or like just be close to water. There's something about you guys going to like a sacred place and then finding like solitude or finding peace and also clarity about a situation. Because you found that clarity, you're able to close this out. So you close out a cycle basically for some of you guys when it comes to awaken. For confirmation, there's something about you guys closing out a cycle, and this happened during the new moon. Okay, so now that you guys have done this, you guys are going through a transformation at this time, and also divine timing is very significant. So again, this could be about divine timing, or even when it comes to requesting, somebody could be requesting your time, or somebody could be wanting your time, okay, when it comes to what it is that you do, maybe. But there is something about time. Divine timing is very significant. It's almost like someone has a timer, especially with the egg. Okay, so there's something about something, waiting for something to not just hatch, but waiting for something to like explode, or something to blow up basically. Okay, observe at the bottom of the deck. So you guys could be like in this observation type of energy. Like you guys could be observing certain things around you, situations, and what you guys are dealing with and going through. And there's something about you guys foreseeing something. Okay, so it's like you guys are seeing in the future. Time traveling could be very significant too. There's something about you guys quantum leaping or taking a leap of faith, but quantum leaping is very significant. And also when it comes to stepping towards, things that make sense for you when it comes to divine timing, there's something about you guys moving in flow with the divine timing, right? And also remembering who you are. So like I said, remembering your roots, remembering who you are. Okay, you're a divine source, you're connected to the divine, okay, and balance, right? So yeah, time is very significant when it comes to you guys either closing out a cycle or there's something about closure. Okay, you guys could have closed out a cycle, or you guys could have closed out a situation with somebody. Now, like I said, this could be family, this could be friends, this could be anything, right? But there's this energy of you guys not tolerating bullcrap. Okay, there's something about you guys not tolerating crap anymore. You guys are not tolerating, other people's issues or their burdens. It's like, if people want to be insecure within themselves, let them, right? Even though in your heart you know that you want to help people, sometimes you have to realize that in order for people to be helped, they have to help themselves as well. So if we're going to sit in this sulky, low vibrational, woe is me, why doesn't anybody care about me, or why does everybody, that kind of energy, stay away from people like that, because that's mentally draining. No offense, right? It's mentally draining, especially if you're somebody who's very happy-go-lucky and very positive. So even though you guys are going through things, it's almost like, why do I need to why do I need to show up in an energy that I look like what I'm going through? Does that make sense? Why would I want to look like what I'm going through? If anything, I shouldn't look like what I've gone through, because I'm strong. And people could make you try to look a certain way so that you don't get opportunities, or that you don't get new, abundances and things like that, because of self-hate or, projection, or whatever the case is. So again, when it comes to your energy, there's something about you guys when it comes to somebody requesting time, or there's something about divine timing, like you guys could be waiting on a situation to be completely done. Okay, and there's something about you guys closing out cycles. Like I said, this could be family, friends, or whoever, but you guys are showing up as very brave. 717. Okay, some of you guys with 717, that could be very significant. Today is the 17th. But July 17th may resonate for somebody. And also when it comes to being rebellious, okay? Some of you guys are showing up as rebellious at this time. But the reason why you guys are showing up as rebellious with 510 on the angel number, for example, or you guys are seeing 510 on the timer, the reason why you guys are showing up as rebellious is because you guys are not sheep. You guys don't follow what societal norms want you to follow, okay? There's something about walking to the beat of your own drum and not allowing other people's insecurities or their problems to weigh you down. That's not your problem. The way that I look at it, collective, is if you have skills and talents and gifts that you can see people or things or whatever the case is for what it is, they knew. All they had to do was just ask, collective, can you do a reading on me, or can you tell me about this, or whatever the case is, and sit down and get to know you. Instead, they cast a judgment on some of you. Some of you guys, they left you for dead, okay? Not literally, but figuratively, okay? Meaning that when you had nothing and you needed support, they think that because you look a certain way that you have it all. And for some of you guys, you don't, okay? So when you needed emotional support in a specific area in your life, I think people fail to realize that material is not the only way to be there for somebody. Okay? A lot of people don't realize that just because you have a lot of money doesn't mean anything. Sometimes people just want emotional support. Sometimes people just want support. They just want to know that they have somebody in their corner in what it is that they're trying to build or succeed, or whatever the case is. And for some of you guys are rebellious because you guys are not tolerating the foolishness that other people would tolerate in their life. It's like you guys could be seeing a lot of things that people do. Like, again, actions speak louder than words. So a lot of people will say a lot of things, but their actions are the opposite of what they say. And that is why you guys are closing out certain cycles, because you guys are realizing that the same people who say they want change, they want this, they want that, they don't even want to change within themselves. Right? And it's true. You're not going to know everything, but there's this energy of when you say something, it's almost like everybody wants to fight what you're saying, or they don't want to believe what you're saying until it actually happens to them. Then they realize, oh, the collective was right, but it's too late because the collective is gone. So take what resonates with that too. Your energy could be very ghostly, where people can remember a lot of things that you said to them or things that you've done, like actions that you've taken. And there's something about people looking back and realizing that you knew, okay, you knew everything, you knew the whole time, but you wanted to give the grace to people to allow them to show up in their truth. Okay, so it's almost like you guys were seeing the lies and the snake and the weird energy that people were bringing to you. Okay, and when you saw through that mask, instead of saying, you know what, my bad, I take accountability. For some of you guys, they blamed the collective for a lot of things. Okay, that had nothing to do with you because of their own insecurities or their own issues or whatever problems that they had going on mentally. Okay, yeah, awareness. You guys are very aware. So because you're not tolerating, for example, if you guys are dealing with like friends, there's something about tolerating the conversations of, oh, do you know what this celebrity is doing? That energy. And you're like, I don't care about what celebrities are doing. I want to talk about the things that celebrities shouldn't be doing. Okay, when it comes to family, you guys could be dealing with family members who, they always project their insecurities onto you, meaning that if you have an idea that you want to do something, they'll say something along the lines of, oh, I don't think you should do that, or I think you should do this, or oh, I don't think that makes sense, because it doesn't make sense to them. And I think a lot of people don't realize this too. As a collective, what doesn't make sense to you doesn't mean that you can't still understand what the person is trying to say to you. A lot of people don't want to learn to accept people for who they are. And it's almost like trying to mold and change people, the way they want them to show up. So, for example, if you're very opinionated, or if you stand up for yourself, or you don't tolerate, bullying, or, indecisiveness about, people picking right versus wrong, there's something about your energy where you'll just leave people alone then. You'll cut people off. It's almost like you would rather cut people off and keep your peace and your distance than to entertain people who would rather be in negativity or would rather sit in toxicity, okay, and going through the same cycles over and over and over and over again, right? There's something about the energy of not allowing yourself to be stuck in a loop. Okay, releasing yourself from the shackles, okay, from the chains, right? So take what resonates with that. That could be confirmation for some of you as well. Okay, that could be also clarity for some of you, right? If it's a friend, if it's a family member, whatever it is, you have the freedom to protect yourself. Nothing is wrong with you doing everything that you possibly could have done with the resources that you had, and leaving people for, you know what, I'm going to leave you alone. You figure out your crap, right? It's almost like you're always trying to figure out what you need to do to move forward, while you have other people projecting their issues onto you, while you're still trying to figure out how to move through your journey. While these people already went through their journey, it's projection. So it's almost like, when the collective is very happy and very abundant about moving into a new opportunity or whatever the case is, you could have had people who try to dim your light. You know what I mean? Try to dim your light because of who you were. Okay, and you guys are just like, no, I'm not doing that no more. You guys can dim your own light, but I'm not dimming my light. Yeah, achievement. You guys could have went through something, and now you guys are, receiving some type of achievement for what you went through. Yeah, support. 333. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4 could be very significant. You guys could be seeing angel number 2134. But yeah, there is something about support. Even if you don't have support in the physical realm, meaning that people need to click up in teams to go against you, and it's literally just you alone and only you alone, meaning you don't have other family, you don't have any other friends, you don't have anybody, okay, in your corner the way that you had everyone else's back. There's something about you releasing and letting go what no longer serves you, and then the universe is bringing in people who actually are for you, okay? There's this opportunity of dealing with people who are for you, but not only are they for you, they make you feel seen. They make you feel appreciated. They make you feel accepted, okay, for who you are. Progress, 1, 2, 3, okay, and shift at the bottom of the deck. You guys are moving forward, and also there's something that's inevitable, okay? Inevitability is also significant. So some of you guys could have been seeing 9/11 on the time in synergy, okay? Angel number 143, 431, okay, 413, whatever you want to look at it is, it's a mirrored number. Okay, you guys are stepping into loving connections, loving people who get you, people who understand you, who don't judge you, who don't comment on what you do and why you do the things you do. It's almost like you guys could be around people where you let people be themselves, you let people be who they think that they're being, but because you're still able to see through certain masks, it's hard for you to keep it real with people who don't want to keep it real with themselves. Okay, so take what resonates with that. There's something about, you dealing with people that You're okay to keep it real. You can tell someone, screw you, or you can say, leave me alone, or whatever the case is. You could be honest, okay? And you being honest is what hurts other people's feelings, but then they don't realize why you came to the conclusion that you came to. Like, a lot of people don't realize, and this is why I'm proud of the collective, is that a lot of people don't understand the collective. Just because someone does something to you does not mean that you have to allow them back in your energy. And a lot of people need to understand that, right? We understand that. Okay, we know what it's like to be left out in the cold. We know what it's like to, have groups of people be around us and then be alone. We know. We've been there. We've done that. It doesn't matter how old you are, young or old. Okay, when it comes to the energy of being around people who act like they care, but then they don't even do the inner work because you're doing the inner work, you're shining, you're growing, you're showing up as someone who is being mature, okay? Even if you're not perfect, you're still mature. And you would rather walk away from a situation than entertain foolishness, okay? A lot of people are starting to see certain things. And because you guys are seeing certain things for what it is, you guys are making progress. So before I end it here, 25 on the timer. Okay, before I end it here, there's something about being proud of yourselves, okay, you guys? Be proud of yourself, be proud of your growth, be proud of how far you've come, be proud of all the obstacles that people put you through on purpose, okay, just to get you out of character, okay, just to make you feel like you weren't worthy or you were not deserving. Be proud of yourself because you basically show people with or without their energy, you're still going to succeed no matter what. And this doesn't mean about a house. It has nothing to do with about cars. It has nothing to do with about money. Okay. A lot of people don't realize that you are spiritually rich. Okay, you guys, you're spiritually rich, meaning that you are spiritually content and happy with who you are as a person. You don't need to be in a relationship. You don't need to have friendships. You don't need to be around people to be happy with who you are. Would you like to be around people who are like you? Yes. Why wouldn't you? Of course you would want to be around people that are like you or think similar to you when it comes to topics and things like that. But why would you want to entertain somebody or a group of people who constantly keep putting you into cycles that are not good for your mental well-being or your mental health? They think it's funny, but it's not. And I notice that other generations don't understand that mental health is actually serious. They look at it like it's a game or they look at it like it's nothing because they did not have the ability or strength or bravery like how us as a collective does to speak up for themselves. Like, I get it. It was a different time. It was a different era. But it does not matter what generation or what era you're in. Once you have faith and bravery and strength within yourself and what you will tolerate or what you don't tolerate, nobody can mess with your energy. When you're someone who wants to people please and, keep the harmony, sometimes you can't, okay? And I noticed that with certain placements that it's like they think that keeping the harmony and the peace is going to make things just disappear and just, swipe it under the rug. No, that's fake. Okay, collective and soul tribe, that is very fake. If you are around people who cannot sit within themselves and talk about what they did to you, they're only focused about what you did to them, but not why you reacted the way that you reacted or what they did to you. Cut them off, okay? Cut them off. That's all I'm saying, y'all. Cut them off, okay? Protect yourself, protect your boundaries. It's better you protect yourself and your boundaries than to be around people who constantly keep putting you in cycles. And especially us being in the astrological ending of the new year for Pisces, and we are stepping into an astrological new year. I don't want you guys to repeat any cycles. And I'm coming from a very loving place, and I mean that genuinely. I don't want you guys to repeat unnecessary cycles that you don't have to. We're literally moving into a new year, right? When it comes to like the new moon and the new year coming up and us being at the ending of the astrological year, I don't want to see you guys go through any cycles that you have to repeat, especially when you have like new beginnings coming for you guys. I want you guys to get your new beginnings. I want you guys to succeed. I want you guys to be there. Okay, when it comes to success, when it comes to material gain, even spiritual alignment, I want you guys to be in a place where you guys are happy. Mentally, physically, doesn't matter. Okay, that is the whole point of this channel. I want you guys to succeed. Okay, who cares if you have family members who don't like you for who you are? Who cares if you have friends who don't like you for who you are? You love yourself, and that's more than enough. Okay, you loving yourself, pouring into yourself, showing the universe that you care about your mental well-being more than what other people want to make up in their mind is very significant. Okay, I hope this message resonates with the collective, but someone, whoever needed to hear this specifically. I do hope it resonates, and I hope you guys are able to take away the knowledge and wisdom that you get from this, because honestly, I don't want to see the collective going back to square one, right? I don't want that. I love the energy that you guys are in. I appreciate the energy that you guys are moving into, whether you're older, younger, whatever, but it's basically showing that you guys are trying. Even if obstacles are in your way, you guys are trying, and that's all that matters. Okay, you guys? But anyway, I'm going to leave it here. Please follow me on TikTok or YouTube. And again, I do post on my website at www.mysteriouslyunique.ca. You guys can book a reading or, just check out my blog. But I am going to leave it here. I am at 30 minutes, so I am going to leave it here. But you guys, I really want you guys to succeed. And I know you guys are going to succeed. It's just to have that support. And I want you to know that you guys are being supported at this time, okay? Please always be, positive when you think about yourselves too. Be very mindful how you think about yourself. Don't beat yourself up. Don't talk negative about yourself. Always think highly about yourself, okay, guys? But anyways, I'm going to end it here. I love you guys, and I hope you guys have a wonderful Tuesday. All right, guys? Bye.